Hello, FlossTube Stitchers. Shelly here, back with Freebie February. Yes, it's a thing, and you're welcome. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and from the looks of it, I think you guys have too. It's been really good for me to make decisions quickly. I just grab some fabric out of my remnant stash, and sometimes I have to decide on colors at the last minute. I didn't have the whole month planned out ahead of time. And many of the charts I've had printed for a number of years, and for whatever reason, I just never stitched them. So this has been really fun for me as well. I've had a lot of people ask, how am I keeping my fabric so flat and neat and unwrinkled? And to be honest with you, I do iron the fabric first, and then right before I take the photo for social media, I iron it again to get my hand wrinkles out of it. But this is how I've been storing it. It's one of those 12 by 12 scrapbook containers meant for paper or partially done scrapbook pages, that sort of thing. And as you can see, it keeps the fabric nice and flat, and you can keep quite a few things in there. And I think it also would be good for Stitch Mania. So I'm going to go back and start with day 1 because I only showed you a few weeks ago anyway. So I'll just start over again and show you everything up to date through yesterday. And the first one was, I can't remember if it actually has a name or not. This is Strawberry or Strawberry Plant from Needlework Press, and I'm stitching it on 32 count vintage country mocha from Zweigart using Ruby Slipper from the Gentle Art. And let me show you the whole chart. I think this is one of those that's not printable, but probably somebody who's not technology challenged might be able to do it. I think you could probably bring it up on your computer screen and do a copy and paste into a document. But I tried doing that with a few things, and I couldn't get the chart to highlight in order to copy it. So, but it was no big deal because I was just working from the screen. So, all right, so that was day 1. Day 2 was Easter Bunny from Tiny Modernist, and I'm stitching it on 28 count Springfield. Of course I'm going to have a frog in my throat. I don't want to have to keep redoing this video, so I might just leave that in. Springfield Sage is what I was trying to say in 28 count Lugana, and I'm swapping out the DMC called for to make it a little more realistic, and I'm using Portobello from the Gentle Art. And I'm reversing the strands for a more heathery look so that the bunny doesn't look stripy when I go back and forth on the rows. And then I'm going to do 1 strand each of the Whisper White and white or off-white, maybe 712 or something, DMC. 1 strand of each to make the tail look a little more realistic. Okay, that's the whole chart. Day 3 was B from Subrosa, and that's as far as I got. And I think, I already took out the word B that I had stitched because I didn't like how the coloring came out. So let me show you. That is the whole design. And thank you, Tony, for telling me that I can lock the screen orientation on my iPhone. I think I had thought about doing that before, and I couldn't find how to do it under General. And so when I looked it up, I found out I had to hit Control Center and do it. So thank you, Tony. That really will help me when I'm trying to stitch from something. And that way, when I rotate the iPhone, the picture won't keep swapping back and forth. So I appreciated that little bit of technology advice. That's that. And then day 4, see, I'll show you the chart first. It was from the Scarlet House, from our house to yours, and I had copied a less than perfect copy, I think, from Pinterest. The chart online is very clear and easy to read, no problem there. My copy wasn't good, and I just wanted to show you the color one that's also available to stitch from, so you can see the whole design. Love those reindeer. And here's what I have done so far. And I'm probably going to use all of the rest of the suggested DMC colors, but I'm doing the brick in Cayenne because I like the brick to look a little more realistic. So that's that. And then the next one is Erica Michaels' Turkey Time. There's the whole, you can see my notes. There's the whole thing. Oh well, you can kind of see. The gobble gobble is over 1. I can't wait to get to that part. And this is what I stitched so far. The colors are really pretty in person. He's a quite handsome turkey. All right, and then day 6 was Nikyscreations. Let's see if I can hold this up together so you can see it next to the chart. And I chose the, let's see, I chose the Petty Point Belfast Raw with the white dots. And instead of the DMC, I'm using the Gentle Art Shaker Threads, Apple Cider, Baby Spinach, and what was the third one? Wood Trail. I don't know why I couldn't find my thread at the last minute, so Wood Trail. That's that. And day 7 is complete. It's from the Dusty Rabbit blog spot. I think the designer's name is actually Witchy Stitchy. Let's see, there we go. And I stitched it all in the Gentle Art Royal Purple. And for the little motifs, I used Mill Hill, there you can see the number, I used Mill Hill beads. And it's done on 28 count Crystal Da Vinci from Picture This Plus. Next, you can see my tails. You can see my tails showing on the end. This is from Cottage Garden Samplings. It's called Halloween. That's as far as I got in the airport on the first day of our trip, which was the only time I stitched. And there was my setup at one of the, I'm trying to get, oh, there we go, at one of the computer stations. All right, and then next is Pineberry Lane. And there's actually 3 designs on the chart. They all use the same colors. And I stitched the little strawberry. All I have to do is put the, I think it's ecru or something for the strawberry seeds. It says French knots. I actually was thinking maybe I would do little tiny straight stitches because a lot of times that's what the seeds look like. And I have a picture of her finishes on her blog. So you can see that that little strawberry is going to be an emery that could hang around your neck or could be a scissor fob. So it's really sweet. Next is By the Bay. And I will show you the chart, but then I also have a color picture I can show you. So that's the whole chart, and that's what I stitched in one evening. And you can see that it's completely filled in the background. I'm not really sure I'm going to do that. I picked a fabric that I think would look fine without that option. But that's what the whole thing looks like. So I could have chosen like a blue or gray fabric for the background, but I chose raw because you can't go wrong with raw. And I thought if I decide not to stitch the background, it's still going to look good on this. So I still have that decision to make until the very end. All right, and then after that was Prairie Schooler. This is the whole chart. It used to be the freebie on their website. Yes, the Prairie Schooler website is still up. This says 1992, so it was up for a really long time before it got changed. Their website is still up so that you can see the designs in order of how they came out, even though they're not all available. The place to see where the charts are available is Hoffman Distributing, HOFFMANDIS for distributor, hoffmandis.com. But anyway, the old Prairie Schooler website is still up, and I saved the link from a while back, and the link now goes to an owl. So they changed the website. But honestly, I mean, it was a free chart, so I feel like I can say this legit. You can stitch from the social media post. Just saying. This is how much I got done in one evening. I really wanted to start with the poinsettia color, but believe it or not, I did not have 355 in my stash, or it was in another kit and I just couldn't find it. And I might change the poinsettia to an overdyed anyway. So I figure I'll just start with the green, that's easy, and worry about the rest later. All right, day 13 was a design by Brianna Stewart of Hodgepodge Cottage. This is the chart. And Brianna is, as some of you know, Paulette Stewart's one of her 3 daughters. And it just uses all DMC, which I thought was just fine. And again, I had the red handy, but not the blue, and so I just started with the red. That's how much I got done in one evening. I still have to do or redo the little TH on the 4 for the 4th because it's done over 1, and I decided I needed to do it when I was fresher. I think I was tired and my stitches didn't look that perfect. Then I have Grateful, Thankful, Blessed from Heartstring Samplery, and that's what I stitched. And a kind follower on Instagram told me when I mentioned what pedestal from Hobby Lobby it was shown on in Paulette's blog. A kind customer told me that they were on sale 50% off this week, so I was able to snag one. And in the chart, all you see is the pincushion on the top. So I knew it was kind of gray on the outside, but I had no idea what it looked like. And I'm looking through 2 aisles worth of candles and candle holders. So voila, this is what it looks like in person, people, if you want to go look for your own. But I just took the number. I had the number handy, and I just gave it to one of their very sweet sales clerks, and they went and looked it up and found it for me. But anyway, isn't that cute? Next is, oh, I might have switched that. That might have been the wrong day. I might have shown this one next. Wait, did I miss another one? Oh, I did. Oh my goodness. I missed day 8 because I had some models already done, which I decided I had to do because when I had the idea for Freebie February, I kind of forgot that I was going to be gone for a week, and I wasn't able to do much stitching ahead of time to get caught up in order to double post. So anyway, the one I missed from day 8 was from Stone Street Stitchworks. And I already had it finished by the wonderfully talented Rita at Snowberry Needlearts. And she just did it as a little, it's just a little stand up. I just, tuck it in a corner. And she kind of brought out the bling in the fabric. This was on one of the, I think it might be called, oh, I forgot to look it up. It might be called Nashville Blues. But I thought it was kind of an interesting sparkle for a nighttime. And then she added some bling to it. And the snowflake is so cute. She does such a great job. So I kind of forgot that. And then the next one I missed, Midsummer Night. This was supposed to be day 14. I think I screwed that up. All right, so this was another finish that I did. I have my initials and my husband's initials on it. It's done on 32 count Lavender Mist Belfast, and it was custom framed. This is what the chart looked like. And I mentioned in social media that I often did kits for the free charts, and this is an example of the one we did for that one. So we had everything all, the fabric and the thread all folded up in this little Chinese takeout container, and with, let's see, with the tag that says what it is and what the cost is. And then of course the charts were always separate because you don't charge for a free chart, even though it does maybe cost something to Xerox it. They're meant to be given away complimentary, so they're on the side. Okay, and then the next one, day 15, day 16, I'm not gonna redo this. Day 16 is from Doreen Jones. She has tons of free charts on her Facebook page. So I did the little, oops, wait, he's supposed to be upside down. There he is. He's upside down. And he was really easy to stitch just from my phone. And so I wasn't looking at the original chart. And I forgot that she called for the etoile. So he's supposed to be a little sparkly. And then there's a whole border that goes around him. Okay, I'm just gonna show you the picture of a picture. So that's what the whole thing looks like. So I thought, well, okay, so he's just done in regular black Sullivan's. And I could do like the whole border in the sparkle. Or, you know what I want to do? I want to rip him out and do him over, but I'm not going to because that's just silly. So I could just do the whole thing. I'll probably use the etoile for something else just because it's, you know, it's kind of fun. I was kind of sad that I wasn't looking at the chart, but anyway, and so I learned something by trying to tell people how to find these charts. If you're on your iPad, maybe even the phone, I don't know, but if you're on your iPad, for some reason you can't see people's albums in their photos. You have to go to the regular computer or laptop, I guess. And then you go. If you're looking on the iPad, you see photos, but there's no chance to look at the albums. So I try to always put what date the post was if you can't get to them if you're not at your regular computer. So that's just something I learned about technology. All right, next is Plum Street Samplers. Got luck. And it called for either 2 colors of green and an off-white, or you could do it all in 3 different greens. That's how much I got done. I kind of played around with the greens a little bit, but I chose the fabric first. I think this is summer khaki. And I was originally going with some brighter greens, but I thought they looked too blue on the fabric, so I was doing Forest Glade, Endive, and I just grabbed 822 because I found that before I found Ecru. So that's what I'm going to do. I've seen other people's on social media, and they use different colors on different colored fabric, and they all look great. All right, and then after that is Lizzie Kate's Bloom, and this is still on her website under freebies. I stitched it on African Daisy Joblin from Witch Out Imports using the suggested colors, I'm sure. I don't remember, it was years ago. The sterling silver butterfly charm is no longer available, but there are other bees, butterflies, dragonflies, all kinds of charms, treasures, and buttons that you can use. You could also put a button in the center of the 2 outer flowers, or you could use plain buttons from your grandma's button box and gussy it up. So anyway, lots of things you could do. That was a fun stitch. We originally had gotten the chart like this in probably her newsletters. All right, and then after Bloom, that was from the Primitive Hare. And this designer and also Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery, when they do a free chart online, they photograph it like it's gonna be sold. So really nice color photo of what the design is gonna look like when it's done. And really nice chart. This is how much I got done. This was actually during Friday Fun Night. How about that? I only made one mistake that I had to take out, and it probably didn't matter, but I did it anyway. Isn't this fabric pretty? This is my new favorite color fabric. It's called Feldspar. It has just a little bit of that beigey brownish color in it along with the gray blue. I think that's really pretty. All right, after that came Jardin Privé. This is the whole chart. It's called Ouf de Dantal. I forgot to practice how to say it. It means lace egg. This color turned out horrible when I took the photo for social media. This is Crystal Arctic from Picture This Plus. You can see that I don't have the back stitching on it yet because I think I might choose a darker color, maybe a solid color DMC. That's a little bit darker than Morning Glory because it didn't show up quite as dark as I had intended, and so I thought maybe it would be good to have some definition with some back stitching. So that's exciting. And then the next is going to be another pre-finished item. This is from the Nebby Needle, and it's Happy Easter. And she has a number of different holidays. Her album is pinned to the top of her Facebook page, so you should be able to find it no matter what device you're on, or you can scroll to the exact date, and I will put all the information in the show notes. This was done on 36 Ren Picture This Plus. Love that color. It's so versatile. It's like raw. You can do anything on that color. And then the last day that I've done so far is Whispered by the Wind. This is just a black and white copy, so you can't see what she did hers on, but that's what the whole thing looks like. And so far, I've done the center snowflake. And I'm using the overdyed purposely to start the outer motifs in the darker color and then let the rest of the design fall as it may. And I'm using the 2-strand Weeks Dye Works in Sky. Love using something that you don't have to strand, or love using one strand on higher count fabric. So, okay, thanks for sticking with me this long, and thanks for all the comments about Freebie February. I thought it was a good idea. It's just proof that designers are generous, and this hobby does not have to be super expensive because you can grab some free charts, use floss and fabric that are already in your stash, and go from there. So, have a great week. Thanks for watching. Bye.